That could help them deal with dirty things like MRSA, apparently.
Right, the relay of the Olympic torch was chaotic and at times almost surreal. Various celebrities, flanked by hundreds of British police and Chinese security men, made their way through the streets of London as pro-Tibet demonstrators did their best to stop them.
Well, the former Blue Peter presenter Konnie Huq was one of the Olympic torch bearers, and she joins us now. Morning, Konnie.
Good morning.
Recovered, I hope. I will talk to you again in just a second. First, let's take a look at the moment one of the demonstrators tried to snatch the flame.
So I'm just going to say Konnie Huq now is just, someone, as I speak, someone has tried to grab the torch from Konnie Huq, the former Blue Peter presenter. A man has tried to grab the torch. He's been hauled to the ground by police officers. He did have his hands on the torch for a few seconds. A number of security guards very quickly surrounded him.
Well, Connie's here with us in the studio. That's the first time we've seen those pictures, actually.
Yeah.
Tell us what happened, or what seemed to happen from your point of view.
Well, actually, it all seemed to be going fine because our leg was quite early on in the day. It's at 11 o'clock roughly, and it was out of the way, sort of in Ladbroke Grove, and there didn't seem to be many protesters at all. And the crowds were really good. There's like a band playing, and everything seemed to be going really smoothly. And then from out of nowhere, this guy just got through and was like wrestling me for the torch.
Yes.
And then I was like trying to hold on, and then like loads of security descended upon the skirmish, and then loads of policemen, and then it was just like, whoa, a bit of a scuffle.
And we can see from the clip there are these Chinese security guards surrounding as well. The people in blue. What were they doing? Were they sort of surrounding
you? They sort of travel with the torch everywhere, I guess, and they form a ring around the torch. I guess the Chinese government know that high security measures are needed, so they seem to go everywhere with the torch, and yeah, they're quite determined and quite.
So are you holding on to it as well?
Yeah, I know. I was like, I'm not letting go of this thing.
And what do you make of the people who are protesting, the fact they're saying by having this in London, perhaps then it's an endorsement of what's China's record on human rights? What would your response to that be?
I mean, I don't think it's an endorsement of China by supporting the Olympics, the Olympic values, the Olympic ethos. It is a good thing. I do think it's great that people can speak out and protest and make their voice known. People couldn't do that in China, for instance. Those people would be arrested and maybe tortured. So by voicing people's opinions, if it actually manages to get some change to occur, then surely it's a good thing. It's very early on in the torch's journey. It's going to be travelling till August. I mean, it's in France today. I think this could just be the tip of the iceberg.
And with regards to the sort of security, so you had the Chinese people surrounding you, also police as well. What would you say about the security along the route? Was that well handled as far as you could see?
I mean, there was a big security presence, and it's a really long route all the way from Wembley to Greenwich. So it's a really difficult thing to police, and I do think there was a big security presence, but then that might have felt intimidating to people, and I don't know how much that hampered the whole relay.
Okay, Connie, well, thanks very much for joining us here this
you.
morning. Thanks.
Well, some of the people who took part in those demonstrations yesterday have accused the police of being heavy-handed. Let's talk now to the head of yesterday's operation.